from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, and he said, "Hey, you know what? Ants, what do? Ants, you look at these ants and these ant farms, right? They're digging into the land and building all these caverns and catacombs and stuff like that. So what if the ant beings originally created these structures and these maybe 10, 20, 30, 40,000 years ago, multitudes of cataclysms have happened over the course of 40,000 years. There's been approximately 5 cataclysms, near global cataclysms. So what if the ant beings originally created these, and then after they went inward, and then maybe they even explored outward, and then humanity, our ancestors started to rebuild and recolonize this. So like I brought up a good analogy once. There's a global catastrophe. Let's say Sankawi ruins. There's a global catastrophe that happens, and you go into this bunker and look at this, dude. This is a trip right here. Oh, come on in. Kristen's coming in here. Hey, you want to say hi, Kristen? So this right here was a trip because this is like an obelisk that's just poking out. Well, what happened? Oh, ignore. Okay, so that picture just left. Let me show you that again, because it's like this obelisk that's just poking out, and it had like this. It was a certain type of metal. Let me get it, or a certain type of rock that when you hit it, it had a different sound, and it looked like it was a ritual site. It looked like they used it for some type of maybe ritual site or something like that. And like you would hit it and make a certain harmonious frequency. Sorry about this.
Some of these monuments come out of the ground and go 1,500 feet high from nothing, flat. We're talking 1,500 feet, people. This makes the World Trade Center buildings look like little tiny structures.
Mm-hmm.
These things are massive. It's mind-blowing. So I think that's the structures that you're thinking about. And I can tell by the pictures where you're, the area where you're at.
Yeah. This is Sankawi. So this is in New Mexico, still that Four Corners area where a lot of these incredible structures are. But this right here, you can see that rock pointing up. And it was a different type of rock right there. And this looked like an ancient settlement. There's a lot of pottery and Native American ruins out there. But I think that what happened was, and once again, I was saying, imagine that you go into a bunker and you survive down there for 20 years. You come out, or 10 years, or 5 years, or a year, or whatever. You come out and 99% of the population is destroyed. And you see this cell phone, but you can't remake it. You go into this skyscraper that's, it's the best technology in there, but you can't remake this technology because you don't know how. You can attempt to use it, but maybe that's what happened with these structures and the rebuilding process. There's a cataclysm that wipes out almost everybody. The people that survive attempt to rebuild. And what we're looking at here's a better picture here, this obelisk thing just poking out. But what we're looking at here could be the remains of structures that are 30, 40,000 years old that have been recolonized over and over and over again. And maybe they were people originally. And then when bad things, like look at all this pottery right here. This is all different years. This is over 1,000 years worth of pottery and tribes that you can just go out there and see is all over the place. But yeah, like this area right here, it was on top of a mesa. And then they've got these areas that are shaped like people. They've got this one room that's shaped like a person, and you see these slits in here, and then they'll have these look at this. We just look at it. What are your thoughts?
Well, here's Rex. If I jump in here and share my screen,
yeah, go ahead.
Let me just jump here. So this, when you think about where you're talking about, right? Look at these monuments out here where my cursor is, if you can see this. Some of these, like I said, are 1,000 feet and 1,400 feet high. So it's hard to put things in perspective. When we just pass this stuff off as nothing, but this land is spectacular at levels that I don't think people can fully comprehend what it is until you're there. And that's why we're basing this base camp at the base of one of these monuments. We're literally going to be into the caves, into the side of these monuments. So like this tower right here, that tower right over there, right back there, is 1,000 feet high. And inside of this isn't just formed by water, because there are ancient writings. Now, keep in mind, Columbus discovered America, so we're told, right? We have ancient Aramaic writings in these caves, ancient Aramaic. Now, how does that get there? If there weren't people here, first of all, that knew an ancient, which would be considered the language of the time, they weren't idiots. They could actually speak the language and write it. So these things are in these mountains. So we're going to go there and we're going to see this.
This is like so majestic. So majestic.
Yeah.
We just look at it, folks. We just look at it. I mean,
I can't wait.
now, like you said, if we can get up to some of these and get around these areas, and I wonder if we could maybe even get something set up with some airplanes or some helicopters where they could take us, fly us over some of these monuments.